we're doing some very difficult energy now, and you may be feeling it. This full moon that's on approach is at 27 degrees of Aquarius, and it's making an exact square to Uranus. Now, we've had these squares to Uranus on and off for a while. But as it gets to later degrees, it's getting more and more imperative that we make a change. And if it's hard because there is such a desire to be consistent and to have the grit of, keep going no matter what. And yet, it is also necessary at times to change. There are 3 different modalities in the chart: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Fixed is the one that has the trouble changing. It's the one that has the grit to stay with something. And yet, because it's one of 3, it means that 1/3 of the time we probably should stick with something. And 2/3 of the time we should consider either the cardinal, which is to try something new, or the mutable, which is to make a transition between one thing and another. And so here we are, where we've got this very strong fixed energy that is squaring Uranus, and it says it's time to make a change. Now, at the same time, this chart has Venus opposing Saturn, and they are squaring Mars, and they're in the mutable signs. And this is that kind of distracted, going back and forth, able to multitask sort of energy, which kind of indicates how much we all have going on, which is a lot. We have a lot going on. All of these T-squares that we see, T-square is kind of like being at a crossroads. And so the road that you're on comes to an end and you have to make a choice. You can go one direction or another, but you can no longer go forward. You can't go the direction you were going. So, and that's one aspect of the T-square. The other aspect of the T-square is that the pressure from 2 sides on you is so great right now that you feel like a little, like you're going to pop. So what do? Well, you make a change. And this means figuring out something you can do, even if it's something small, like changing toothpaste, or you're changing your route to work, doing something a little bit different, so that the universe then has the opportunity to show you something different, to bring a different person into your life, to bring a new opportunity into your life. Over this 2-week period, we're reminded that it's time to do something new. And I know that feels in conflict with it being a full moon. I think the full moon part of it is that you're at the party, but when you're at the party, you can do the same things you've always done. Like hang out with the punch bowl, or just talk to the people you know, or things like that. But we could also do something new at the party. We could take the microphone and try the karaoke. We could go speak to all the people who are at the punch bowl and who are trying to hide out. So I know this isn't the regular full moon video. Now that I've talked a lot about change, some of this is because I've been down with laryngitis for the last week and a half, and so I'm super behind on my schedule. There was a whole bunch of videos that I had already done, and so that's what you've been seeing for the last few weeks, giving the impression that I did not have laryngitis. But I just wanted to get this little short message out to everyone, because this is such a particularly difficult full moon, that if you are feeling it now, if you're feeling this pressure, this is where it's coming from. Oh, I didn't even tell you the other part of this full moon. And that is that Venus is making an opposition to Saturn, and both of them are squaring Mars. So that's second T-square in one full moon chart. And this is very much about the conflict that we all feel between doing what we want and doing what we should do. So Saturn represents our responsibilities and obligations and our inner knowledge of what it is we should do. And Venus is the pleasure principle of I just want it because I want it. And they're sitting with Mars in between. Mars is about action. And so it's a T-square. And so there's a great deal of focus and pressure on you right now to make a choice. Okay, so the bottom line is, for the next 2 weeks, this is difficult energy, so cut yourself a break. You're going to feel better when you do the right thing, when you do the thing you know you should do. And so try to get that done first. And when in doubt, make a change. Do something different. Shake things up. And the universe is going to then be able to show you new opportunities. And that's it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Like this video if you did. And I'll see you in the next video.